Alright, here's our video today. Pandiculation. Why we yawn stretch when we wake up. Like you see Maria there, she's yawning and she's stretching. So, got a fancy word here, right? Yawn. Well, that's not the fancy word, but make sure I have my pen here. The fancy word is right there, pandiculation, which is just a Latin word. Right? We get a lot of Latin words in science. And it's the Latin in the present infinitive pendere, and it just means to extend or to stretch out. And this isn't just a random habit. Like we all do it. We all stretch. We all yawn. It's a hardwired high-speed reboot. So we can say it's a reboot. Reboot of our entire system, especially our nervous system. So during a long night's sleep, right, in La La Land, you know, your body has been sitting for hours, and the gravity causes fluids to pool along your back and your spine. So look in the back over here and your spine, all that fluid is pooling, right? So stretching, in simple terms, right? Stretching helps massage these fluids back to their normal positions. And we have another fancy word. We'll put it over here, right? It's called fascia. I'm sure you heard that before somewhere. Fascia is just connective tissue. So the fascia wraps around your muscles, your organs. You know, your organs are muscles. And over time, that they can become sticky, right? And so, especially when you're sleeping or you're inactive for hours, right? So pandiculation helps pull these layers apart. It restores your flexibility. So that's a big key on pandiculation. It helps restore your flexibility. Now we said it's a reboot. It's a reboot of your nervous system. The control center, your nervous system. And this is the most critical part of waking up. So pandiculation is your brain's way of checking the connection to your muscles. When you stretch your arms, your brain sends a signal to the muscle, and your muscles, they send the signal back. It's like a telephone call. Like, hey, how's it going down there? Not bad. How's it up there? And this loop tells your brain exactly where your limbs are in space and how much tension is in each muscle. Ready for another fancy word here? It's called the gamma loop. All right, gamma. Oops, fix that P. The gamma loop, right? So this is a feedback loop. And it's in your spinal cord. It's called the gamma loop that regulates muscle stiffness. So pandiculation resets it. Resets the loop. It's cleaning the stiffness out and giving you back voluntary, smooth control of your environment. So that's why pandiculation is important. So we talked about the stretching part. What about the yawn part? So let's find Maria now. She's going to be waking up. She's going to be ready to jog. She's in her jogging outfit. Let's find a picture of that. Ready to jog. She's been up a few minutes now, so she stretched, she yawned. What is this yawning? So the yawning is a cooling system. It's a cooling system. Well, not in the yawn itself, but what the yawn does is I'll put another word here, thermoregulation. And thermo is just means, heat, thermo, your thermos. And it gives this radiator effect. So when you yawn, the deep, cool air that comes in, right, you get cool air from the outside. And I'm not talking about outside, but outside in, your bedroom. And so that cool air and the stretching of the jaw, they increase blood flow. So there's an increase of blood flow to the skull. Sounds weird, the skull. So this acts like a radiator cooling down the brain, and that's really essential because a cooler brain is more alert. Cooler brain is more alert. So that big gulp of air helps lower the temperature of the blood traveling to your head. And within an hour, right, your nervous system should be ready. Not if you're just lying in bed, it won't be ready. You got to get up, you got to stretch, you got to yawn, splash water on your face. or meditate. Maybe that's what she's doing, getting ready for her day. All right, well, that's our video today.